Yo, what's up, people? We out here getting plugged into some power because my battery's getting a little low. But I have good news. I have good news. It's above missionary. And I'm almost done this paper. Almost done. Man, this weekend was crazy. Putting in work and going on this theme of the history of mission in Palau. It's been wild. I started out with like a PowerPoint, literally just 8 points. And really only 6 of them were usable for the sake of the paper. But being able to dig around, find little things, articles here and there to support these like super vague statements that were in this PowerPoint presentation, it's really cool, man. I think going into the weekend, I was around 1,800 words and I'm up to about 6,500 and I've got the main body done. So it's just writing the conclusion, coming to that. And I think over the next couple days, I will do that. And then I think Wednesday, Thursday, I'll format everything and turn it in. And the good thing is I think I got a lot of good primary sources as well. Early on, definitely not. And there were some good resources and references that I found mentioned in other papers, but I couldn't locate the actual source. I think that would have been super helpful. But at this point, I'm just glad to be done. First year of the doctorate, just it's a growing learning experience and glad to have made it to this point. Definitely a load off my shoulder because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to pull it off. But the things I was able to learn about the history of mission in Palau, one of the most interesting things I would say is that especially getting into things from like 1940s, 1950s, World War II era and on, you know, it's crazy that so many of the people that were mentioned, like I either met them in Palau in my time there, or met someone who was a son or a daughter of that person while I was there in Palau, and had no idea that they were connected to the history like that. It's crazy. So, man, super cool being able to realize, and I'm definitely touching on that in my conclusion, because I started out in the intro talking about how it's vague because it's by word of mouth and nobody really knows. And then it turns out that I was connected to a lot of these people the entire time. Super dope. But being able to connect this story with my own story and then kind of the bigger picture of the story, Palau being a very small island nation, no more than 30,000 people, and maybe about 60% of that being full Palauans who live in Palau. It's not a common area to hear a lot about, or to hear a lot in terms of history of it. Obviously with World War II, Palau, there's a lot of war history there. But even to see how that stuff ties into the history of mission in Palau, it's really legit. It was really fun. And I say it was as if I'm done researching it. Probably not, because once I started getting into some things, and I'll say this, like getting into some things, it's like, oh man, this stuff goes really deep. But also there were still areas in the paper where I couldn't find much. This is what kind of gets me. Early on, with like the 1880s, I expected there to be not so much, and there wasn't that much. I found a couple good records there, but really a few of the sources that I had were kind of saying the same thing. So getting into around World War II era, with Palau coming more on the map, I expected there to be a whole lot more written, and there was. But from that point moving forward, I just expected it to funnel out into a lot more sources and information that was being written beyond that time. And after the 1960s, it kind of stopped. And the reason that's disappointing is because the last 2 usable points that I had in the PowerPoint presentation were about the founding of the elementary school, Palau SDA Elementary School, and the high school, Palau Mission Academy. And I figured that I'd be able to find a lot more information on the establishment of those 2 schools and kind of the history and impact. I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything, and it was really disappointing. I found like a paragraph on GMM's website, Grand Micronesia Missions website. I found just like a couple statements about the history of it and when it was founded, but there was like nothing. So I was really disappointed in that, to be honest. And maybe I'll go and ask, since I realized that I actually have some connections to these people, maybe I'll go and ask some people in Palau or around and see who knows what. But it was really cool to realize that, yeah, some of the people who have put together some of the best documents and historical like compilations on this topic are people that I know. And it took me researching and digging all over the internet to find this, and then to realize, wait a second, I know that guy. So really, really cool opportunity, and looking forward to researching more, for sure. Research, I like it. It's like a mystery. It's like a Sherlock Holmes kind of a thing. But yeah, especially when it's something you're interested in and you just getting excited with the next thing that you uncover, taking just a name here, searching that and seeing what you can find, and realizing, oh shoot, this person was the first person to do this. Like this guy's big time and he's barely even mentioned. So being able to plug all of that context into the story from all these different sources was a really fun experience and made it easier to just pick up. I think it was 2 nights ago, I was up till maybe 3 a.m, just getting in work. That's when I got up to about 3,000 words. And so yesterday I was able to knock out the other 3,500, which was wild. But it's just, once you started picking up pace, started getting excited about finding things, it became a lot easier to just keep on trucking through. So it was legit. But yeah, this paper's almost done. I'll give you another update on it in a few days. Hopefully the formatting will be complete, and hopefully I can get this thing turned in and actually complete my first year in the doctorate. So super excited about that. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.